I will not quit my dev job in 2025. I will not chase my dreams in 2025, whatever that means. Happy New Year for everyone watching. And yeah, this might be a little different to the usual broadcasting. This is low tension Devipo. 2024 was high tension, rage baiting, clickbaiting, base maxing. And yeah, 2025 is here, and let's just chill out for a second. Okay? So I got myself some whiskey here. I'm just going to chill out for a second for this video, guys. Don't quit your jobs. Okay? Don't chase your dreams so quickly. Let's just chill out. Breathe in. I shouldn't say breathe in before I breathe in. Breathe out. If we just do that, I think we can solve a lot more of our personal or, private issues. That's to 2025. So let's get into this discussion right now, or this monologue. So before you do that, please like, sub, check out the Discord. Yep, Discord's great. Today with my Discord members, we had a little debate about the H-1B visa little issue happening in America and how it relates to us engineers in Japan. All these kind of things, you can talk to me and other engineers in Japan, but you've got to be in Japan for this Discord. And then, so let's get right into this discussion. One more sip. One take 2025. If you don't know anything about me and my story of working IT in Japan, let me go real quick from the start. 2015, I wrote my first line of code. 2016, employed in a venture tech company writing React and D3JS front end. Then 2019, I went into the freelance world, where I also tried to sell Vietnamese engineers to Japanese companies. And then since then on, from 2019 till now, 2025, I've been freelance or working with freelance companies. More or less, I've been a freelance web developer, mostly front end, but I was thrown on the back end quite a few times. I'm not a super smart, high IQ guy. I'm guessing I'm going to take an IQ test for this YouTube channel soon. I'm guessing anywhere between 105 to 115. Probably the worst place to be with IQ, because you're not smart enough to be smart. You're not dumb enough to be dumb. You're just in the middle there. So it's probably one of the worst places to be. So the types of work I've also been into, it's, as I said, sales. I've worked in bridge system engineering. I've worked in management, front end, back end, a bit of DevOps. And to be honest, I was going to quit this year, but after a good holiday and a sip on some old whiskey, I gotta calm down a bit and think, yeah, I shouldn't quit my job, and it might be really cool and popular to quit your job and chase your dreams. But I think, I've failed too many times to do that. So I'm going to try and do this a calm way and try and relax while I do it. I think last year, 2024, I was pushing myself to do all these kinds of things, trying to really rush everything, get it out, ship it. And the problem with that is you end up shipping SHIT, and you don't want to ship shit. You want to ship good things. And I'm noticing that in the past 6 months, I've been making a lot of clickbait titles and trying to attract as many people as I can, which of course it's great, it works, but it's not sustainable. So I'm trying to find a sustainable path for myself. Excuse me, I'm just looking at my notes here. I'm trying to do it in one take. Keep yapping for one take. No editing. And then, so I have to be honest though about this whole working in IT for myself, I don't know about you guys, some of you guys might feel the same way, but after the third year, I was halfway in, halfway out. My foot was already halfway, one foot was in the door and out the door, if that makes sense. Let's just say I was out of the room halfway. I've been out of the room since 2019. So that's 6 years, right? 2012. 6 years I've been working in IT, but not really wanting to do it. And the working in IT part is the part of writing software, writing code. Some of you guys here love to do it. Hey, that's awesome. But there are, and you might be, okay, some of you guys, real smart guys, you're not a real engineer. Yeah, no kidding, I'm not. 50% of the guys writing software right now are not real engineers. Okay? Look, if you look at most of the people in charge of your company are not real good as CEOs. You're giving a hard time to the bottom of the chain, and then the real issues are your manager, not that another engineer's a soy dev. Your real issues are the CTO, not a soy dev. Your real issues are probably the people you elected, and apparently these people you elect are not considered real, whatever the job title is. So yeah, let's just try to chill out for a second about not being a real engineer. You have larger issues on your plate. I know that. You do. So let's chill out for a second. And so since 2019, or more or less for 1 year now, I've been using LiveTech as a service. So I have a video about how I do freelancing. And yeah, that's fine. Freelancing is great. No problem. I'm not complaining about any of this. I'm just saying that quitting my job to chase my dreams is probably not the best thing to do for most people. And some of the reasons, so I have a video here, I'll put here or whatever, of some of the failures I've had in Japan. I've been here since 2010. I've tried a few things, not just in a tech space, but in most of it is in the tech space, but I have failed a few times. I look at the video, and then you fail so many times, you don't want to keep failing, right? So you stick to something that's simple and it works. Freelancing, getting paid 5,000 yen an hour. Look, I can, if I just work the full time, I can get the hachijuman, the 800,000 yen a month. It's nearly the 10 million yen, right? Okay, a little less, but I can pick up some more hours here or there or add another project, which is fine. But I don't feel good about this. This does not excite me. Writing React apps is not exciting for me. Maybe 6 years ago that was fun to learn about state management and different ways to use state management. Now it's a hassle. And now I don't even debate with other engineers on what we should do. I just say, okay, who's the lead? What do you want me to do? And if the lead goes, what do you think? I go, what do you want? Don't tell me what do I think. What do I think is useless. What you want is more important. You want it. You want the application in a remix. I'll do it. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue with the boss. Okay. Oh, you want to use Jotai? Yeah, okay. I was going to just use Redux. The app's are already in Redux. Why are we changing the state manager? We are just wait. So you see what's happening? This might just. I don't know if this is a back end thing, but I did notice that with people writing back end with Nest, or they're trying to find the latest framework. When I look at the software itself, it's like this could have just been written in Express. So I'm not going to complain anymore about tech stacks and the soyification of stacks. I myself am making money from the soy stack economy. Let's put that out of the way for a moment. So now you're going to say, Tyrone, if you're a soy dev and you're making this money, what's the problem? Look, I can complain all day, but I'm living in a safe place. I have food. I have whiskey. I have some chocolate peanuts. I'm doing fine. Look, I'm doing fine. I got chocolate, peanuts, white whiskey. I can look after my dependencies. So, what's the problem? Well, to be honest, I'm 37 now, right? And at a certain age, you kind of know your strengths and weaknesses. I've reached the limit of my strengths in software development, in coding, programming, whatever you want to call it. Okay, soy stacking, soy deving. I've reached my limits on that, and I know that that is not my strength. That is definitely not my strength. It's not one of my strengths. Well, if I'm getting paid 800,000 yen a month, it definitely is a strength. But I know I can do more. Not more as in, okay, I'm going to make 5 times that. Oh, that would be nice. But you don't want to live the rest of your life writing React until I'm 50? Excuse me. And the quitting idea, the idea I don't want to do this anymore, it's not because of AI. It's not nothing to do with the fear of AI taking my job. If it does, it does. Cool. I'll just go and chop down trees in the countryside of Japan and learn how to do woodwork. Okay, I'll do something else. I will adapt like every other human. That if AI does take my job programming, I will just adapt like you will too. We will. We'll have no choice but to survive. And it's not because of offshore developers or that like the America has the H-1B. It's nothing to do with that. Even though there are 1 million, there are 10 million Indians, 1 million Vietnamese who will happily take my job for 50% of the income. You know what? They can actually. They can. These young guys will learn Japanese in 3 years, full immersion, high IQ, do all the leak code, learn React 19, and do it with a smile on their face. And when the boss says jump, they'll say, how high? That's just the reality that we're in. But that's not the reason I want to quit as well. I mean, that is not a reason. It is, just not. So what's next? If you're following this channel, if you follow me for a while, thank you very much. I really appreciate every like, comment. If you're on my Discord, if you chat, if you lurk, I really appreciate it. And I'm not saying this just to look like a nice guy. It means a lot. You could be spending your time looking after your newborn. You can be spending your time drawing some hentai, whatever you do in your spare time. But you're spending time with me. I really appreciate it. So what's next? I have a list of things that I could possibly do. I could. But I think it's difficult to choose because you can't just jump into an industry and make the same amount of money. So the idea is, of course, the logical steps would be consulting, paid Discord, YouTube Live, and beg people for money, and try and do something on LinkedIn. That is the obvious steps. The other ones would be just open a dev shop. I would rather manage a dev shop than write software. I'd rather have 5 to 10 solid engineers in Tokyo, let them work full remote and try and get the cream of the crop. So they call it here, the cream of the crop IT projects in Japan from the top companies. Get you on my team and work on that. That would be more enjoyable than writing React. Just me writing React, making 80 a month. I'll make a lot more if I have a dev shop. Probably triple that if I work my ass off. That's possible too. The other easiest one would be to have no employees and just be a recruiter. But if you watch any of my stuff or hear the way I talk, I'll becoming the very thing I despise. The middleman. Well, either way, dev shop or recruiter, you are the middleman. And that is a terrible thing too, because I'll just be becoming a middleman. I don't want to be a middleman. But if you're not a middleman, what are you? You're an owner, you're a boss, or you're the worker. In Japanese, it's called the owner, a player and owner. I think it's called the owner and the player. That's Japanese English. The player is the person working, doing the actual labor. The owner is the person taking the cut off your job. So yeah, those are the obvious options. But okay, so now I'm going to say, how would you transition? The transition is quite simple, and I recommend anyone to do a transition like this, is that you keep a freelance project. You go freelance. You have to go freelance to do this switch. To do it suddenly, unless you have some guaranteed contracts on your side, I wouldn't guarantee it. Most of you guys here are foreign engineers in Japan. You got to be careful. Look, you know the deal. If you quit your job and suddenly you don't have employment, you don't have any source of income, any contract for more than 3 months, they're going to boot you out of the country. Whether they do it or not, let's just stick to the rules and not try to be some real smart guy. Oh yeah, you do it like this, man. Okay, cool. Good luck. You got to go back to your country. You got to go back living in a hut. Okay? Go back living in a hut. Cool. That's for you. That's not for me. Some of us here, we want to do it a little safer. So my recommendation is do a 3 days per week job, which I'm doing kind of right now. I'm doing it through LiveTech. And I'll make a video soon about 3 days per week tech jobs in Japan. I think this is a great way to do it. Or you reduce it to 4 hours a day. So you work 5 days a week, 4 hours a day, which I have done before. Maybe I'll link my video on here, or how I did it with freelancing. And then, yeah, so look, all of these ideas we have are trash. Oh yeah, I'm going to start the startup that's going to be like, yeah, like that. No, just shush. Our ideas are mostly trash. Most of it's trash. So you work your 3 days, and then the other days you have off. The 2 days per week, and the 2 days in the week, and you have 4 days per week to do your hustle, to make it work. And that's basically how I'm going to do it from now on. So I'm not quitting my job, and I'm not fully chasing my dream. I'm keeping a job 3 days a week. Okay, now you're going to say, why don't you just go full? I just told you I can't, because these are issues. And of course, if you have dependencies, you still have to pay for rent. The realities of life is you have to pay for rent, you have to pay for booze, and you have to pay for 7-Eleven chocolate peanuts that are really bad for your health. You shouldn't be eating this stuff. And then the other part as well is, let's say I try to do my own thing. Let's say I go to recruiting for 1 year. Let's say I make nothing, make zero. Let's say I just make 100,000, $10,000, whatever. 100,000. And if I don't like it and I hate it, and I try to go back to the tech, I try to go back to writing software. I think I'm safe in I think you are more or less safe in Japan. But do you want to be 1 year without a tech job to apply for a tech? You see what I mean? 1 year off is not a good look. By the time you have 1 year off, there's another state manager. React is up to React level 20, React 20. TypeScript's out the door. They're using something else now. You see, there's all these things that happen, and now a guy in Vietnam is going to beat you. He's going to beat your ass. 10 million guys from India, no React 20. They're going to come to Tokyo next month. They have N1. You see what I'm saying now? Like, okay, so I'm going to keep myself in the game, but continue on to do this YouTube stuff. Low energy, low clickbaiting, straight to the point. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. Tell me if you are out there, if you're a dev in Japan, if you have similar ideas, similar thoughts, similar issues, I'd love to hear. If not, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me what's up. Until the next video, like, sub, check out Discord, add me on LinkedIn, have a chat with me. Look, if you live in a hut, you're N5, I might reply to you. If not, don't take it personal. I'm a busy man, changing like 6 diapers a day. Come on, and I'm still working, so give me a break. Good night.